BHB, Mr. PopQ2, you've been playing XDefiant. I haven't had a chance to get into this beta, but why don't you tell us how's XDefiant feeling these days? How do you feel about it?
Well, so far I've been enjoying it. It's a fun game. I played the I think it was the alpha. I played the closed session and then the current open session. And yeah, I think it's a fun game. I don't think it's nothing to write home about, but it's just fun and a fun shooter. Fun multiplayer shooter is hard to come by these days, so I'm enjoying it. It might look kind of generic when you watch it, but it is fun to play. And the two things that I would criticize is one, the time to kill. I think the time to kill is kind of fast. I mean, you can just get absolutely melted by some of the guns, and I prefer a longer time to kill in games. The other thing I don't like, and this is the same thing I don't like about all these games that have different characters, is the abilities. I'm not a fan of that. I would like it more without the abilities, and there's some pretty egregious abilities in this game, like some of the ultimates. Like there's a guy who has like a bubble shield with a turret, and he can shoot out of it, but you can't shoot in it. There's one chick that can just run around a corner and heal real quick. The Splinter Cell guy gets wall hacks and like a one-shot pistol. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of the abilities, but gunplay's solid, movement's solid. The maps look really cool, which is very refreshing after playing Modern Warfare 2022, which has absolutely horrible maps, aesthetically and the layout of them. But yeah, so far I'm enjoying it, and I'll probably enjoy it more at launch when I can play ranked. So yeah.
Yeah, I played a bit of ranked in the last playtest. Did you play that at all?
I think I did. Is ranked in this one? Am I just stupid?
No, it's not currently, from at least what I saw on your stream. But last time they added it toward the end, and it was the only thing you could play. But it was also kind of scuffed because like you couldn't queue with people, and I played like a handful of matches, and since it was the only thing you could play, it was like absolute bots. But I had fun.
Right. Yeah.
But Nate, I know you've been playing. I saw you've been playing at least a little bit of XDefiant. How do we feel about it?
Yeah. Pretty much the same. I think the map design is really good. And it gives me like Black Ops vibes. I'm not sure if you feel the same, but it kind of reminds me of like Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4, kind of mixed with maybe like a bit of Overwatch in there. I'm the same. I don't like the abilities and stuff. I feel like that's overused in games today. I would prefer they just go like full-on classic arena shooter. And I think that's why it's so attractive as well. Is because it's like a return to form Call of Duty. COD these days isn't really COD, and people enjoy this because it reminds them of what COD used to be.
It's more arcade.
I hopped in, I played for like 2 hours, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean that's basically how I feel about it. I mean, same things. I like you said, PopQ. I wouldn't. There's not like a map I could point out and be like, this map is amazing. But I just love that the maps are in like cool places and they have color on them. And that does, like Nate said, that it gives me Black Ops vibes. It reminds me of like in Black Ops when you'd play in a fucking skate park or and stuff like that. But they still like found a way to make it fun maps. But you had actually cool, locales instead of just war-torn desert town that looks brown.
Right. Yeah. Right.
So I love that. I'm excited for it to come out. I haven't had any time to play it this beta for very sad reasons, so we'll talk about that later. Yeah, what am I doing with my life? But yeah, so what make some predictions. How do we, when this comes out, is it actually going to put up a fight against COD? Is it going to become that COD killer that's just dead in 4 months or whatever? What do we actually think it's going to do?
I mean, I don't think it's a COD killer. I mean, it's going to be hard to kill COD. A game that even if a game is 10 times better than COD, it's going to be hard to kill COD because people are just going to buy Call of Duty because it's Call of Duty, and that's just like the way it is. I do think it'll be kind of niche. I don't think it'll be anything huge, but yeah, hopefully it retains, somewhat of a player base, and hopefully it just doesn't die right away. I don't think it will, but we'll see.
Yeah. That's fair. Luke, what do you think? I don't know if you've played much XDefiant, but how do you think
I played it like the very first closed alpha, and I thought it was absolute dog shit, but I also hate Black Ops 4. Because I think that's the worst Call of Duty. Anyways, I don't know, dude. It's a Ubisoft game. They only had one shooter that stuck around out of the fucking billion things they tried. So, like, we'll see.
That's kind of like Siege. You have all the abilities.
Yeah, but Siege is the only one that like. No, Siege is not like this.
I know.
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, Ubisoft keeps trying to stick shooters at the wall, like the whole Ghost Recon rework, the Division and shit like that.
Dude,
and none of that really took off, or Watch Dogs or whatever.
Watch Dogs is more of an open worldy Ubisoft game than a shooter.
But like it's a shooter still.
It has shooting.
I mean, like they obviously tried competing with GTA there.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
They had to try and compete with COD. We'll see. I mean, Ubisoft has, in my eyes, one game that kind of stuck around with players, and even that game is only recently coming back because of one entertaining guy. So I don't know. We'll see. I think it has potential, even though I don't like playing it. But it does look very nice. I agree with all the map stuff. Even back then, when I played it, I don't know, it was like 2-3 years ago. I don't remember the date. But like even then, they had like colorful maps, and they look very nice. So maybe I can make it stand out a little bit.
Yeah, Jared, how are we feeling about XDefiant?
I mean, I haven't played it yet. I want to play it. It just like all of you said, it reminds me a lot of Black Ops in so many ways. But I don't know. I think it's gonna do pretty well because people are kind of on the COD hate train right now. Definitely with Warzone 1 shutting down and everyone losing their microtransactions, which I'm sure we'll get to. But I don't know. I think it'll do well. I think this looks like a type of game, since it's going to be on all the consoles or whatever. It'll probably be like I'm going to predict like 300,000 players concurrent for a little while, somewhere in that range, and then it'll probably fall to like that 50 to 100,000 range, and it'll probably just float around there and then eventually die, like most Ubisoft games. That I don't know. It'll be fun for a while. Then we'll just move on to whatever comes next.
Hey, at least they did take the Tom Clancy shit off this one. Yeah. Because I feel like that hurts a lot of games that they tried pushing. Because, like, I don't know. What do you expect from a Tom Clancy game? You know what I mean?
Not this.
Like a deep fucking story about, like, interpolitical spies. The fuck does this have to do with that? You know what I mean?
It doesn't even have a campaign.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, dude. That's why I'm glad they dropped that, so maybe that will help it. But, like, I mean, I don't know. I always thought the Ghost Recon rework was ass, and the Division is ass.
Yeah.
And we'll see. I mean, I like Siege a lot, but I'll like Siege after this comes out too.
You're definitely a Siege kid, so I'm excited.
Is this the game that they put out their roadmap? Which
this is
a lot of content.
Yep, they have like 12 maps or some shit, like a bunch of game modes, 4 factions. Good. They have a ton of shit coming out in the first year.
So that's really good. Hopefully that'll keep people
which is
around,
insane.
So.
And I feel like that's one spot that Ubisoft sometimes stumbles, is they put out a game and then they just like shit the bed with post-launch support, and then they go like, "Oh, the game died. Sorry guys, next game," and they just move on. So maybe if they actually support this one, like they say they're going.
They did support Siege.
They did. Like,
straight up.
Siege actually did
stuck
something.
Around.
Yeah.
So they used to even go harder on the support early on.
Yeah.
It used to be 2 operators a season. You know what I mean? Now it's only 1 operator.
That's probably for the best. You can't.
I mean, it is for balancing reasons, but at the beginning they were even going harder. Like it was 2 operators and 1 map per season.
Yeah.
For like the first 2 or 3 years, I don't remember.
Reminds me of like League of Legends, when you get a new character like every 3 weeks, and you're like, holy.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't know. I think that's why Siege is still relevant, why League is still relevant, because these games change, the meta changes, and like you can, like I don't know, League changes every year. They even make a big deal out of it with the preseason. I don't know if they still do, but like they used to.
Yeah, they do.
And it keeps these games interesting. So I don't know how you do that for a game like this, though, where the meta is basically just being caught. You know what I mean?
They have characters that have abilities.
They do have characters.
So this is a good question for you, BHB. So when I played the last beta test, the character that could heal themselves and heal all your people around you was like, when I played ranked, if every player wasn't playing that character, you're at a disadvantage. Have they rebalanced that stuff a little bit? Is everyone still running the healer character?
Not everyone. I'm seeing like a big variety. Even when I played it last time, I didn't feel like everybody was running that character. So it's just a mix of everything. But it is annoying when like you get that character one shot, they run behind a wall, heal themselves real quick.
Yeah.
One thing I forgot to mention is in the last test, there was a big issue with getting shot around walls, and that has been mitigated a lot from my experience with this. So that's really good because I mean it was like a real problem with
Oh
the
yeah,
last
the
test. I
netcode
mean,
was terrible. It was like
it
Halo
was really
Infinite.
bad. Yeah, that feels a lot better this time.
That's good. Perry in chat said they nerfed the healer, so
Okay.
we're on the same page there. So cool. Yeah, sounds good. I will say this isn't like specifically an XDefiant point, but I feel like this year, and we're seeing it increasingly with like the hype that these games are getting. People want non-battle royale shit, man. Like battle bits popping off. People are excited for XDefiant. Like I'm so sick of everyone thinking that every new game still needs to be a battle royale. Like, I'm over that shit,
Yeah.
man. Like
Hey,
sure you can.
it's okay. We're in the extract and shooter era.